Alright, so what we have here happens to be a Asus model laptop. Pretty basic model. So what we're going to do is open it up and see if we can't get it to turn on. Now, our user stated that it does not power on, so what we're going to do is pretty much check the power jack here. Some of these models have fuses on them. We're going to see if the fuse is any good or if the power jack's bad. So after we do that, we'll see where it goes. Gotta take it apart though to try it out first. Okay, so now we have our system taken apart, and we're just going to check it to see if it has voltage, and obviously it does. So what we see is that we have voltage across the board, and it's going to the it's going all the way across, and so now we're going to try to turn the system on and see what happens. So what we have here is the power button, and there's an LED light beside it. So what we're going to do is push the power button and see what happens. So I don't know if we can see this on the video, but it's really faint. The LED light actually lights just a little bit. So what I'm thinking is we need to take and reflow this. We also see that there is onboard memory here for this system on both sides, top side and bottom side here. So we can take this RAM out and see that there are two sections of onboard RAM. So what we're going to do is take this out, take this off, and then reflow this and go from there and see what happens. So now we have our board set on the preheater, and what we're going to do is heat this board up, and then we're going to reflow this chipset and this chipset, and possibly reflow the memory just to see what happens, and then we're going to go from there and see if we fixed it or not. So here's to preheating it, reflowing it, and see what happens. Okay, so we got a schematic to work on this Asus board that we're having issues with, and come to find out, after closer examination, we have this metal part of the USB is touching this row of components here, causing a short. So our USB is actually damaged. What we'll probably do is end up pulling that out or fixing it, realigning it, and seeing if it turns on. Now I can tell you myself, I've taken the pins and moved them further forward than what they were before, and the system does turn on. But we're going to do it in a practical situation and just take and move those pins back, try to realign them and make the system like it was, and epoxy that in there, and then go from there to testing it out and see if it works. Okay, so we've taken the USB ports here and realigned them, and made sure everything is straight, lined up, and we can actually see that we've taken and realigned them inside the actual port. So the only thing we have to do now is test it to make sure that everything works out, which we can do that right now. So we'll take and plug this in, and flip it over and press the power button here, and we can see that the power light comes on, stays on, and that the chipsets actually get warm, and we have a running system. So we'll hold it down, turn it off, and then we will turn it on again and see what happens. Yep, we have a initialization there, so we know that it turns on and off. Only things left set to do is epoxy this jack so it doesn't come out again, which epoxy is fine on that, and we'll epoxy it, then replace the tape over top of it, and then rebuild everything and see that it works and go from there. Okay, so now we have the Asus put together. We're going to turn it on. We notice that the lights turn on and we have video backlight there. So we know that it turns on, and it appears that it's not recognizing the hard drive. But this is outside our scope as far as the system turning on. Repair was to turn it on, get it to power up, and everything seems to be done that way. We'll probably take a look at it here in a second, just make sure that there's not a loose connection with the hard drive or such, and then see if we can't get it up into Windows, but it may be something completely different.